from legally having to be compelled to be a juror. Now, jury service is compulsory. You're not here as volunteers. You did not sign up for this. You didn't show up because it's something that you would rather do other than your job, your work, or attend to your families. This is the reason you are here is because you have been summoned to be here. And really, this is the only compulsory or obligatory service that can be requested of you, or demanded of you, I should say, as a citizen of the United States. Jury service is compulsory in all state courts and all federal courts. And we understand that that's going to be inconvenient, and that you are not here out of the goodness of your heart. You're here because this is part of your civic duty in order to be here. So in order for something to be considered a legal hardship, it does not mean that it's inconvenient or that it's not what you want to do. Jury service may be something that you think the last thing on this green earth that I really want to do for the next month of my life is to come every day and sit as a juror in this case. You will not be excused if those are your sentiments. And I would hope that as big as an inconvenience as this might be, that really wouldn't be, your sentiment exactly. But a hardship means that, for example, best example I can come up with is if your job is you work as a waiter, or you're a bartender, or you're a day laborer of some sort. You are not a salaried person. You work, if you don't go to work, if you don't show up to work for the next month, no one is there to pay you. And you will suffer a financial hardship as a result of being compelled to be a juror. You should know that if you are employed and you are salaried and your employer employs 10 or more people, you are required by law as an employer to pay your employees if they are summoned for jury duty. That is a municipal law in Miami-Dade County. And so if your employer says, I don't care, I'm not paying you, then your employer will talk to me and I will make sure that they understand the law and that they are required to pay you. And they cannot take it against you or hold it against you in any way if you come for jury service, because again, you're not volunteering. It's not your fault or choice to be here. You are here because the government is compelling you to be here, to be a prospective juror. So the only reason that you're here right now to talk to me is for me to see whether you do have what I would describe as a legal hardship. If you don't have such a hardship, and you don't want to spend the next hour talking to me and listening to everyone else talk to me, then just hold up your hand and just let me, get my attention. I will call on you one by one, and you will not have to stay with me today. I'll make sure that I have your information. You will receive an email from the clerk of courts explaining when you have to report for actual jury selection. It doesn't mean you're picked on this jury. It just means that you move on to step 2 and you will go to jury selection. You will sit through jury selection. The attorneys will talk to you. I will have some questions for you. You'll fill out a questionnaire and we'll see whether or not you're a suitable juror or not. Again, there are 200 jurors who have been summoned for this trial, and roughly we will pick a jury in the neighborhood of maybe 8 people. So it doesn't mean that you're picked. It just means that you're going to come to the courthouse next week and go through jury selection. Then we'll see if you are suitable for this trial or not. So if any of you, if you fit into that category, that you don't have a legal hardship, okay, and you don't need to talk to me for that reason, then please just put your hand up and I will talk to you one-on-one and I'll let you go and you'll be given directions. So let's start with I see number 182, who is Ruben Reiner. And if you could unmute, please.
Yeah, so I don't have a financial hardship, but I am going through something medical. I have a bunch of doctor's appointments scheduled and I have a surgery at the end of the month. I don't know if...
Okay, well, that wasn't what I was asking right now. I'm actually not talking about hardships yet, but I wrote your note down on that. I will discuss it with the attorneys. So you can put your mute on, but please stay with me because I don't know what I would do. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I think I am the one that had to jump at 1:30. I don't know if they mentioned that to you.
No, but what is the reason why you have to jump at 1:30?
I have a very important work call that I was going to push back, but they told me that they were going to talk to you and see if I can hop off before.
If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. But let me move forward, okay? I also saw Kimberly Ann Brothers Myers, which is number 157. And she's another one that needed to speak with me. And where is she?
Your Honor. I'm right here, Your Honor.
Terrific. So Ms. Myers, what did you want to tell me?
Just, is there a way to speak privately or?
Unfortunately, I would have to, I don't think we set up breakout rooms for this one. So I would ask if Francis can set up a breakout room, then that's the only way that I can speak privately with you, and it has to be with the attorneys present. So you'll just have to hold, can you hold tight until I speak to everyone else?
I'm in the middle, I teach, so I'm in the middle of a class, but it's fine, I can explain. My husband currently has a case against him by the state of Florida that's open.
Okay, no, I do not need to discuss that with you. That is not the reason for this call today, and we can have a private discussion about that next week. So the only thing I'll tell you, so you can get back to your class, is that you will be required to come to jury selection. That's all that means.
Okay.
We will have the ability to accommodate anything you want to say to us privately, because we'll be actually in person.
Okay.
And you will receive an email from the clerk of court, and they will give you specific instructions for the precise date and time of where to report, where to park, all the questions that you might have. And there's a questionnaire, and I would just ask that you fill that out and bring it with you.
No problem.
Okay. So
okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Disconnect. All right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, great.
Okay.
Now, I do not want to hear at this exact moment any other hardships. What I'm asking for are folks that do not have a hardship so that I can let them go. So please put your hand up if you do not have a hardship and you're going to come to jury selection next week. We are starting with number 166, Daniela Alexandra Granadillo Alonso. If you can unmute, please.
Yep. Yes.
Great. So Ms. Granadillo, there's no hardship you need to discuss with me, correct?
No.
Terrific. So again, all you need to do, watch your email. You will receive an email from the clerk of court, and she will tell you, where did you go? Everything is scrambling around. Miss.
Here.
There you are. Okay. So the clerk of court will explain the date and time, where to report, where to park, what time to show up. So just watch your email and you will get instructions. There will be a questionnaire attached to that email. So just make sure you fill it out and bring it with you on the day. Okay.
Okay.
So you can disconnect from this Zoom. Thank you. The next one I see is number 152, who is Stephanie Alameda. Could you unmute, please?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So Ms. Alameda, same for you?
Yes.
Okay. So again, all you need to do is watch your email. The clerk of court is going to send you an email and they will explain the date and time, where to report, and to please fill out the questionnaire that you receive and bring it with you when you come in for jury selection. And I will see you next week. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Number 189 is juror Lindsay Smith. If you can unmute, please.
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon. Same for you. No hardship you need to discuss, and you will attend jury selection, correct?
Yes.
Great. So again, you're going to get an email from the clerk. It'll give you all the information you need. Bring the questionnaire filled out when you come in, and I'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, great. You can disconnect now. Thank you. And I also see number 167, who is Juror Ho, Alan Ho. You can unmute, please. Mr. Ho. Same instructions. You'll receive an email from the clerk, and I'll see you next week. And just make sure that you fill out that questionnaire. When you come for jury selection, the clerk of court will more specifically tell you the date and time. Okay?
Sounds good.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And I see number 173, Juror Muniz, Alicia Muniz.
Hello.
Hello, and Ms. Muniz as well. I will see you at jury selection next week, and the clerk of court will send you an email with the specific date and time to report.
Okay.
And please
Thank you.
bring in your questionnaire. Thank you, and you can disconnect now.
All right. Thank you.
I also see juror number 160, who is Marisol Tamargo Collins. Hi. So same instruction. Then I will see you next week. Just make sure you check your email. You will receive an email from the clerk of court, and I'll tell you where to report and exactly when. Okay.
I do want to point out, my daughter's also on this Zoom call. We got called at the same time.
I don't know that you'll be called together, but
just pointing that out.
What is
I
your
have
name?
no, Alessandra Collins.
Well, that's really exciting. So the attorneys are going to remind me of that if you end up on the same veneer. And they may have some questions for you about that. But we will see you next week, okay?
Okay.
Please
Thank
bring
you.
your questionnaire with you. Thank you so much. Number 172, Jane Morris. If you can unmute, please. Thank you. Ms. Morris, same instructions. You're going to get an email from the clerk and they'll tell you where and when to report. Please bring the questionnaire with you filled out when you come in, okay? And I'll see you next week. You can disconnect. Thanks. I also see number 189. That is, no. Oren, I must have the wrong, oh, it's 188 actually. Danny Ayal, Oren Skandrani.
Yes.
Okay, he was just misnumbered. So he's not juror number 188. Same issue for you, correct?
Yes.
Great. So I will see you next week. Just watch your emails so that you know exactly the date and time to report and bring your questionnaire.
Sure.
Number 156, who is Jessica Barzilay.
Yeah.
Hi. Same for you, Ms. Barzilay. I will see you next week. Just make sure you bring in your filled out questionnaire and the clerk of court will tell you the exact date and time to report. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Please just get my attention. I see juror number 192, who is juror Allison Stewart. If you can unmute, please. Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
Same for you. So you will come next week. The clerk of court will send you the precise date and time and instructions for how to appear. Okay. And just make sure you bring that questionnaire with you.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. So you can disconnect at this point. I see juror number 181, who is Mauricio Ramos. Mr. Ramos?
That's correct.
Great.
Yes, I had cranial surgery 2 weeks ago. There's been some complications with it. The recovery is slow. I have an important medical appointment next Tuesday from 9 to 11. And the second issue is that, of course, it's not fully certain that I will be properly recovered. I'm hoping I will.
All right. Well, Mr. Ramos, I'm going to make a note of that, but you have to stick with us for the time being, please.
That's fine.
Okay. So I'm not letting you go at this time. Anyone else who has no reason right now, no hardship reason for me that just wants to come for jury selection and get off this call. Nelly Teresia Prezabel, number 180. If you could unmute, please. Thank you. Same for you, that we will see you at jury selection.
Thank you.
Perfect. So you will receive an email from the clerk and they will tell you where and when to report. And please just make sure you bring in that questionnaire, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you can disconnect. Is there anyone else who has no hardships for me that wishes to be done with this call? I see juror number 165, who is Joan Chambers Gordon. If you can unmute, please. You're still on mute. There we go.
Okay. No hardship, but a medical condition, but will report if needed.
Okay. Do you feel that your medical condition presents a hardship that would make it difficult for you to serve as a juror?
Make it difficult sitting for an extended period.
Okay. Are you currently employed, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
And in your job right now, how is your condition accommodated?
I am working remotely from home, so I can get up and move about whenever I want to.
Are you going to be required to go back to live work anytime in the future?
Not exactly. I will be retiring at the end of November. So at this point, yes, I will be working from home.
Until you're retired.
Until then.
And how often do you have to get up and stretch and move about in order to be comfortable?
I would say every 10 minutes I have sciatica, and I also have, blood flow, circulation problem.
I see. Okay, so stick with us for the moment, Ms. Gordon. I'll discuss it with the attorneys. Is there anyone else that has no hardship? I see number 151, who is Jerson Angel Abreu. If you can unmute.
Oh, I think I'm on mute.
There you
Will
are.
work?
Yes. So you have no hardship. You're going to report for jury duty, correct?
Correct.
Great. So you'll receive an email from the clerk. Just make sure you read it carefully. It'll tell you where to report, when, where to park, and to bring your questionnaire with you. Okay, Mr. Abreu?
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Terrific.
Have a
You
great
can
day.
disconnect. Is there anyone else that would like, that has no hardship before you listen to everybody else's? that wants to disconnect from this call and report for jury selection? Ms. Tajur, number 194.
Yes.
Amanda Jane Tajur. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Terrific.
The reason why I'm just unsure of whether or not it is a hardship, I just recently started my job and I'm on a 90-day probationary period where I wouldn't be able to miss work. And not only that, my work is very commission based. I'm not sure if that would be a hardship.
Well, how do you get paid?
I not only do I get paid hourly, but I do get a paid commission as well. So I'm not really too sure. I haven't gotten commission yet.
Here's what I would suggest is that you're going to have tomorrow that you talk to your employer since you're new. Do they employ more than 10 people?
Yes.
Okay. They are required to pay you, I believe, probationary period or not, because you're not volunteering here. You're not going on a 10-day vacation. This is compulsory jury service. So what I suggest is this. I don't know the answer to your question, but if you can talk to your employer and get the answers to your question, okay? And I can also speak to your employer next week if you get their information for me so I can straighten anything out. The only thing that is nagging me a bit is how much of your wages come from commission? How do these commissions work?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I just know I get 6% of 6%. That's pretty much all I know.
Okay. Okay. So, and this is a sales job?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm basically a booking agent.
Okay. All right. So, I can discuss it with counsel just to see what their position is on it. And if you don't mind just sticking with us for the time being, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you so much. Anyone else does not have a hardship for me and just wants to report for jury selection next week? Anyone at all?
I can go.
Ms. Delgado, number 161, Reset Delgado. Terrific.
Yes.
So Ms. Delgado, you're going to receive an email from the clerk. They will give you specific instructions, the where, the when, the where to park, and please make sure you bring that questionnaire with you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Fantastic. So you can disconnect. Thank you. Anyone else
Have a
before
great
I
day.
move on? Anyone? Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay, so I'm just going to start calling the rest of the jurors in order. When I reach your name, unmute yourself and let me know that you're there and I will hear whatever it is that you need to discuss with me. 153, Lourdes Alfonso. 154, Nancy Tatiana Alba Ceballos. 155, Samson Anderson. 158, Diego Choque. 159, Alessandra Grace Collins.
Hi.
Hi, and is there any reason why you cannot serve?
So I currently work 2 part-time jobs and they're both hourly. So when I'm there, I get paid. So
okay, and if you don't, if you miss, are they daytime or nighttime jobs out of curiosity?
Pretty much all day.
All day.
So it kind of just depends. Yeah,
All right.
It depends on the shift.
All right, so just bear with us. I'm going to get through everyone else and I'll discuss it with the attorney. So stick with us, please.
Okay.
Erica.
Judge, I'm sorry, 158 is there, Mr. Choque.
Oh, 158, Mr. Choque. I'm sorry.
Yes, the only, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have a newborn baby at home. That's the only thing, so.
Okay, are you currently working?
Yes.
And what are your hours that you work?
10, 12 hours. It really depends.
Every day. Okay. And yeah. And that the only issue you have is that you happen to have a newborn baby, but you do not provide your child's child care between the hours of 9 and 5. Is that correct?
I'm taking these weeks off. She's 3 weeks old.
Oh,
so the last couple of weeks I had to work because we do some government work. So I couldn't take those weeks off. So right now I'm working from home. I'm going to be working from home a couple more weeks. So basically I'm assisting my wife. Okay. So you are taking off from work. When exactly? It's not off. I'm working from home, but not, not from 5 to 9. I mean, 9 to 5. or whatever time I have to work, just answering my phone and helping, our team, our office.
So you are working, but you're working from home.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I'll certainly talk about it with the attorneys, so just stand by. I don't know.
All right.
All right, so there was another juror who put something in the chat. Give me a second, and that was number 155, Samson Anderson. If you can unmute, please.
Hello.
Hi, okay, and you can attend jury duty and you do not have a hardship to discuss with me, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Fantastic, so I will see you next week. Just make sure you check your email for the exact instructions of the date and time to appear, as well as fill out that jury questionnaire, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, you may disconnect. Okay, so the next juror I have is Erica Estrella, number 162. Are you here? And any juror that is not here automatically will report for jury selection next week, so that nobody here thinks that they somehow escaped it by not appearing. So they will come automatically. 163, Julian Armando Fernandez, if you are here. Number 164, Jessica Gonzalez.
That's me.
Wonderful.
So I am a single mom to a 10-year-old boy. So I am responsible for his childcare, especially now that school is going to be ending next week. And I can't financially afford to pay for him to go to like summer camp. I do work remotely, so that's why I can take care of him while I'm working here at home. I did actually talk to my employer about jury duty when I got the summons, and they did tell me that they only pay for 2 days. I don't know why. They're not. Yeah,
maybe they're not following the law, which is
they're in a different state, like headquarters.
But they're doing business. They're doing business in Miami-Dade County, so I don't know about that. But in any case, Ms. Gonzalez, let me make a note of that second part. Let me just talk to everyone else, and I'll discuss that with the attorneys. Okay, so just hold tight with us for a moment. All right, the next one is Jessica Jones, number 168. If you are here, please unmute. The next one is 169, Gabriela Lerma. 170, Dorian Lewis.
Hi, Judge. How are you?
Ms. Lewis, very well. And is there any reason why you cannot serve?
Well, I have two that I'd like to check with you. The first is I'm employed at Miami-Dade College. I'm a full-time professor, and I'll be teaching summer session. It's 6 weeks. It's part of my contract, and if I were to be picked for a whole month, we only have summer session for 6 weeks. So I'd effectively be violating the contract because I have to be there to teach. If it was a day or two, it'd be different. That's the first reason. But the second reason is I am working remotely. My hours of teaching are between 8 and 5, different times, gaps, 8 to 11, and then another class after that. But I also drive back and forth to the West Coast of Florida to take care of my 90-year-old parents. I'm their sole caregiver. And so every 3 days I go back and forth. My dad's both of them have serious health conditions. So they only have me, and then they go, to their doctors when they can, when I'm not there.
So Ms. Just hold tight with that, and I will discuss this with the attorneys at the end. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Janet Montalvo, number 171.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I'm a realtor, so I'm trying to survive with that. And I mean, that's just it. If I don't do that, I don't have anybody to pay me, to pay my bills.
Do you currently work for yourself, or do you work for a broker, or what's?
No, I'm with a broker, but I don't get paid unless I sell or rent a property.
Okay. All right. Well, I will certainly discuss that with counsel. So just stick with us for a moment so I can talk to everyone else. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Lesbia Murillo, number 174. A Molson Indrasen Navalkar, number 175. Edwin Pascual, number 176.
Excuse me, Judge, 175, it should be here because he was here.
Navalkar,
Yes,
let me just see.
unless they logged out.
Navalkar.
Yeah, I see him. He's on the phone. Can you just press *6, please, to unmute?
That's why we can't hear him. I see you. Mr. Navalkar, you need to press *6 and then it will unmute. So on your phone, press *6. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes. So what is the reason why you believe you have a hardship?
I don't have a hardship as such, but I have medical issues, you know. I have Crohn's disease, plus I have arthritis, blood circulation problems, and I usually visit the doctors and my physiotherapies, you know. Every 10-15 minutes I have to stand up.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
stay with us, Mr. Navalkar, and I will discuss it with the lawyers. Okay. So just
Okay,
bear with me. There are many people on the call. Thank you.
Yes, yes, I'm staying.
No,
with
that's
you.
fine. Thank you. Number 176, Edwin Pascual. 177, Wilda del Carmen Peralta. 178, Juan Carlos Perez Blanco. 179, Fernando Alfonso Pimentel. 183, Jennifer Lisa Rosado. So number 184, Michael Jason Rosen, I don't know that he logged on. He called my judicial assistant. Okay. Cosme Rubio, number 185. Sergio Arturo Sanchez, number 186.
Here.
Mr. Sanchez, hello. And is there any
Hello.
reason why you cannot serve?
I'm doing my residency in internal medicine, and at the end of the month I graduate, but I'm going straight into fellowship in pulmonary critical care. And in between that, I'm still seeing patients with COVID. I am vaccinated, but I don't know what your policy is regarding that.
You are not excluded for that reason.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. Are you asking for an excusal, or you just were concerned about who you're treating? I can't, go ahead.
Yeah. If there's a way I can be excused just because I'm going into fellowship right after that, and it's gonna kind of screw up the call schedule.
Fellowship is going to be in the same facility, or are you moving cities?
Same hospital.
And when does that begin?
July 1st.
Okay. And when so you're supposed to transfer from your being internal your residency to your fellowship on July 1st, but in the same hospital.
Yes.
So how will it mess anything up if you are able to begin July 1st, because we won't be in trial at that time?
Is the trial, you said the trial was a month long starting this month?
Correct. Yes, it'll be over before July 3rd. And if we, perhaps, they booked it for a month, but I think it will be over before July 3rd. So there might be a 1 or 2 day overlap.
I mean, I'll talk to them. It's just, there's a certain number of fellows that have to care for the critical care unit.
Okay.
So then they have to.
Here's what I'll do. I'm going to discuss it with the attorneys and we'll see what their position is on this. Okay.
Okay.
All right, great. So bear with us for the time being. Juan Antonio Segarra Jr., number 187. Are you here? Number 190, Sheila St. Florose. Number 191, Kenneth Gerald Stevens.
Sheila St. Florose.
Ma'am, good afternoon. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Good afternoon.
And is there any reason why you feel you cannot serve?
Yes, I'm a 10-month employee with Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And when school lets out next week, I will begin working for the public school on an hourly basis. I will only get paid when I work. So if I'm not working, I don't have an income.
Okay, so I'll discuss that with the attorneys, okay? So just stand by, okay?
Okay, but I will have no money.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but I have to discuss it with the lawyers. I can't make a decision without their input. So just stick with us for a moment. And I will, all right, and you will have a result today. Kenneth Gerald Stevens, number 191. Number 193, Megan Tamaccio.
Hi, good afternoon, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, I can. And
Hi.
is there any reason why you cannot serve?
Yes, I'm self-employed as a graphic designer. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. And quite frankly, we were hit quite hard with COVID as far as downturn of business. So I'm really hustling to try and make money.
All right. So Ms. Tamaccio, same instructions. Just stand by. I'm going to discuss it with the lawyers and then you'll have an answer today. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Number 195, Christinia Richanta Lucille Thompson. 196, Pedro Luis Torres. 197, Maximo Ernesto Travieso. 198, Colin Dore Vader.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, Mr. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Perfectly.
Great. And is there any reason why you cannot serve?
I'm self-employed, corporate governance advisory, and I have 2 meetings, full-day meetings, the 15th and the 16th. These are pre-scheduled.
Well, the meetings unfortunately are less of a concern for the court. My biggest concern is if you say you're a self-employed corporate governance, how are you paid?
Pretty much attending these meetings on the 15th and the 16th. They're quarterly meetings that I lead.
Well, but do you have a regular contract with certain employers or are you paid a salary?
For if I appear, I am paid.
You're paid per meeting?
Per these meetings, correct.
Okay, so you attend the meeting and then you're paid a certain fee for your attendance.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so please just stand by and I'll discuss it with the attorneys.
Sure.
Now, I had a note from Catherine Suzanne Weislack. I don't know if she's here or not. And then Beatrice Zine.
Good
Okay.
afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, Your Honor, you did.
And is there any reason that you'd like to?
Your Honor, I'm a family law attorney. I could serve for a day or two, but I am a sole practitioner. So I do everything. I mean, if it's for about a month, that's going to be hard.
Okay. So Ms. Zine, I will discuss it with the attorneys. Just stand by. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, so let's start with the attorneys. That's everybody that's on this call. Number 158, Diego Shoke. Mr. Trop.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Bassett.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, where's Mr. Shoke?
I'm here.
Great. Mr. Shoke, you are excused. You can disconnect from this call, okay? Good luck with the baby.
Thanks.
All right. Alessandra Grace Collins, Mr. Trop.
No objection, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bassett.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Grace Collins, where are you? Okay,
Yes.
Ms. Collins, you are excused. You may disconnect from this Zoom call. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
The next one is 164, Jessica Gonzalez. Mr. Trop.
No objection, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, you are excused. Where are you? I see you. Okay.
Thank you.
Number 165, Joan Chambers Gordon, Mr. Trop.
No objection.
And Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
Okay, Ms. Chambers Gordon, I know I saw you. Where is she?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. It's so many boxes, you know? So Ms. Gordon, you are excused and you can disconnect from this Zoom call. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and the next one is 170, Dorian Lewis. Mr. Trop.
No objection.
And Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Lewis.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Ms. Lewis, you are excused, so you can disconnect from this Zoom call. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All
Have
right,
a good
and
day.
you too. And number 171, Jeanette Montalvo.
No objection. Sorry, no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
Ms. Montalvo. I see you. You're on mute, though. You can unmute. You are excused from jury service, Ms. Montalvo, so you can disconnect from this Zoom call. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and the next one is 175, Mr. Navalkar. Now, Mr. Navalkar, press *6, please, on your phone. Mr. Navalkar, I can see that you're there. I don't know whether you hear me. So if you can press *6, then I can be sure that you hear me. Hopefully you hear me. So Mr. Navalkar, Mr. Trop, any objection?
No objection.
And Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
Okay, so Mr. Navalkar has unmuted. Sir, Mr. Navalkar, you are excused from jury service, so you may hang up at this point. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too. The next one is number 181, Mauricio Ramos Borrero. Mr. Trop?
No objection, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Borrero? I think you are with me.
Ma'am.
Great. So you are excused from jury service. I wish you speedy recovery, and you may disconnect from this Zoom call, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. The next one is Ruben Michael Reiner. I think I instructed him to appear, correct? 182. He had to get off the phone.
No, I'm still here.
Still here. So we were. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I moved the call while I was.
Okay. Oh, terrific. Okay. Can you just refresh my memory, because I don't think I took a good note on you. What
I have a surgery scheduled at the end of the month, and I have about 3 doctor's appointments leading up to it, and 2 after. So I don't know if it's a month, it might be tough.
Okay. Mr. Trop,
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
Okay, so Mr. Reiner, you are being excused, so you do not have to report next week.
All right, thank you.
Number 186, Sergio Arturo Dr. Sanchez. Mr. Trop?
No objection.
Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
Okay, so Dr. Sanchez, you are excused from jury service, so you can disconnect from this Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheila St. Florose, number
Yes,
100.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Hold on one second. I'm just asking the lawyers their opinion. Mr. Trop?
No objection.
Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
All right, Ms. St. Florose, you are excused from jury service. You may disconnect from this call.
Thank you.
Megan Tamaccio, number 193. Mr. Trop?
No objection.
Mr. Bassett?
No objection.
Where is Ms. Tamaccio?
I'm here.
Yes, you are excused, ma'am, from jury service, so you can disconnect from this call.
Thank you.
so
I
much.
appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Amanda Tajor, number 194. Mr. Trop
No objection.
and Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
All right, Ms. Tajor? I see you.
Yes.
All right, you are excused from jury service, so you can disconnect from this call. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Vader, number 198, Mr. Trop
No objection.
and Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Vader, thanks for your patience. You are excused from jury service, and you can disconnect from this Zoom call.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
And then finally, we have Beatrice Zine. Mr. Trop
No objection.
and Mr. Bassett.
No objection.
Okay, so Ms. Zine, you are excused from jury service, and you can disconnect at this point from this Zoom call, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and so all the no-shows will automatically receive an email from the clerk. That's Lourdes Alfonso, Nancy Ceballos, Erica Estrella, Julian Fernandez, Jessica Jones, Gabriela Lerma, Lesbia Murillo, Edvin Pascual, Awilda Peralta, Juan Carlos Blanco, Fernando Pimentel, Jennifer Lisa Rosado, Michael Jason Rosen, Cosma Rubio, Juan Antonio Segarra, Kenneth Stevens, Christinia Thompson, Pedro Torres, Maximo Travieso, and Catherine Wieslak. Now, number 184, Michael Jason Rosen called and said they had a death in the family, but without knowing more, I'm not inclined to just excuse him from jury service next week. So he'll receive the email, and we'll see if he calls to give us more information or if he shows up. And then Let me see if there's any other, no, one other juror said they can't attend today, but that's fine. They'll just be here next week. So I think that's it. I don't have a tally right now on how many we have, but, and I did send another Zoom, although we could arguably stay on this one. There's nobody here who doesn't belong here, to complete whatever,